Joseph, how are you, buddy? Sorry, I didn't see your comment. Let's see. What's up, buddy? Haven't spoke to you. Yeah, it's been a little bit. How have you been, man? How's everything been? How's work? How's the family? I needed a little break to myself. Just got home from that job. Um, if my phone cuts off and this live feed ends, I'm kind of waiting on an emergency call. So I apologize now if that does end up happening. Hopefully not. Hopefully we're able to sit here and talk and stuff until we're done. But yeah, I just needed a little break to myself. Some stuff going on today that is never fun. So yeah, just a little time to clear my head, and also I need to sharpen my saw. We for those that kind of got to see the beginning of the live feed this morning, worked on that today, and got everything down to where only thing that's left is the second story deck down to the concrete. So it's just the spar there left. Really don't have a super game plan. Like, I don't have anything figured out. Like, we did controlled speed lining to do a lot of the rigging off the deck and over the house. That worked pretty good. Then we end up there that we start to lower some stuff down to the lower stuff down, right onto the deck and then throw it off. So we were able to do quite a few like that. After we got it down, got a big enough gap, half the tree gone. So worked on that. Then we got down to where we was just, into the spar, wood, and I had intentions of using the aerial friction brake or the safe block, because it's a couple tools that that I don't use a whole lot, but I think are good tools. I don't use them very much. So basically everything was going good today until I got a phone call from my wife. She was just in tears that our dog has been sick and they have to do some emergency surgery and take something out of his intestines or something that's maybe stuck. But yeah, it sucked to hear it. I love the guy. I don't want to see him in pain, but my God, when they told me how much, it's just that's the flaw I find in our healthcare that we have. To do a surgery like that, the thousands of dollars that it's going to cost, and they want paid all their money from the get-go. So, of course, that's what my wife, she immediately got on the phone with me. So, we ended up, he's in St. Louis right now, which is, I don't know, a couple hours from us. My wife drove him up to St. Louis. And hopefully, everything works out good tonight, and they're able to do a surgery and get whatever blockage or something that's there taken care of, and the guy can get back to living life. I can work my ass off for nothing, but he's worth it. You know, it's something where I probably personally wouldn't spend the money on myself, but I would spend it on him or my wife or, you know, or my daughter. So, oh, Scoot, how are we, buddy? Ellie Harrison, Jeffrey, what is going on? I'm green. Licensed, insured tree company. Awesome, dude. I've explored what's going on. Dude, that is so awesome. Joseph, congratulations, buddy. You know, work your tail off and earn it all the hard way. You'll appreciate it more, but it'll make you a better tree guy. I promise. Shortcuts aren't always the way to go. Turbo, how are you? How you doing? That's a cool job. Yeah, I know. I don't. I got over towards the lake, and I was showing you guys the tree that we are actually rigging it. Well, that was the tree that we speed lined it over to, but we did a controlled speed line, and got them off the porch out into the yard. Um, that worked pretty good. And like I was saying, I was going to use the aerial friction brake. Chris, there you go, Joseph. See, everybody tell you congrats. That's awesome, guys. For the love of climbing, I dig your handle. That is awesome. Yep, buddy. Me and the crew did a big elm today and 25-mile-per-hour. We had some crazy winds. I don't know if it's because we were on the lake or what, but man, the winds were kicking today. Gosh, it sucked, but all done and cleaned up in record time. Dude, that is so cool. Right on, buddy. Turbo Scoot. Right on, guys. Yeah, it's life. Sorry for the dog issues, man. That's family, you know. You like a son. Yeah, he definitely is. And it's expensive. It's he's a new dog. I go spend you know $800,000 and go buy a new one, or I can spend 4,000 and he can have a surgery and I can have my dog. So it is what it is, man. I'll make more money eventually. So hello, brother Jason. Jason's got a heck of a channel, guys. You ever get to where you're looking for some content, you can shoot over Jason Fiesel. Hopefully that's how you pronounce your last name. I am really bad at the last name thing. I think I called Mike Frizzle for like years. He's like a brother, but I still don't know how to pronounce his last name. Well, I do now, Frizzell. And I think that's only because of Josh Man told me the right way. I'm not Don. What's going on? Chris, right on. Yeah, 40 miles per hour. Oh, dang. Turbo. It's still stupid windy here. I'm not close to any area, I don't think. Where are you located at, Chris? Yeah, Jason is funny. He's got good content. And it's some people will really enjoy the raw versions of of videos, and you get a more raw version with Jason's that you'll get everything, the setup, a lot of times, and all the cutting, and and the in-between stuff that I originally, when I first started doing videos, that's how I did them. But then I wanted to make a few music videos, and then I actually liked the way the music videos were formatted and laid out, and I was like, well, I just kind of lose the music off of it and see how that goes. Every now and then I'll throw a little bit of music on there, just because I get bored. So, but, yeah, we got to the trunk, and for those of you that know me, you probably will understand what I'm about to say, when those who don't know me would probably be confused. We got to the trunk. I have all these great tools that work perfect for spar work. I feel like the safe block is a phenomenal, perfect tool for working down a spar negative rigging chunks. And I also feel that same way about the aerial friction brake. But I didn't use either one of them. I asked for my bend right ring, and we rigged all them big chunks off of just the bend right ring. The setup for the bend right ring is so it's incredibly light, and when you're having to move it multiple times down that spar as you're working the spar down and reset up and everything, to have to move something heavy sucks. So that is the lightest, most compact, you know, legit rigging system that there is. I don't care what anybody says. That is the lightest sling I've ever had. That loopy sling on with that all gear ring is just awesome. So I used that, and we blocked negative rigged that tree down right by the windows. It was pretty rough, but yeah, right up onto the porch, and the guys chunked it off from there. But yeah, everything went pretty good. It was just I had just got started on the tree. I got about maybe a fourth or maybe a third of the canopy done. Then my wife called, bawling her eyes out, asking if it's okay to spend thousands. So I'm first of all, the money isn't it. It's to hear her cry. It is really hard for me to get that out of my head and clear my head and go back to working. So initially, I stopped right then and I told the customer, I think my cameras were still rolling up in the tree, but I came down immediately. That was after she called. I went to pick my phone up out of my back pouch, and of course I dropped my phone onto the porch. Thought it, messed it up, but it didn't. And it's my wife. She's bawling. I can't get that out of my head afterwards. It just replayed over and over and over, and it's just. Then I couldn't think of nothing but my little buddy, and to think he's in all that pain, and so, man, the money. I don't care really about the money. I just want my dog, and I swore I didn't. I'm not the type of person I ever thought I'd feel that way. But yeah, I'll spend the money if you give me my dog back the way he's supposed to feel. So yeah, the bend right ring so those that are curious about the bend right ring and maybe haven't invested in one and are like, oh well, I need it to be a versatile tool. There is nothing more versatile. I can use that up in the canopy on a good loopy sling. I can extend that thing all the way out and spread the forces between two tips, or tie them together, or and to be able to move that thing and work down the entire spar in chunks. That was a pretty good size oak we were chunking down, and we were slamming stuff into that tree. But yeah, we used the one ring, and it worked perfect. Let me get back up here. Okay. DQ, what is up? How do you like that file? Oh, Turbo. I like this a lot. Except for what I'll do is I end up using this a few good times, and then I will actually hand file it because you start to lose your hook, you know, and so you got to dig the gullet out a little bit with a hand file. That's usually what I'll do, and then I'll go back to using this, a couple times, as long as it's not anything major, and then I'll grab the hand file out. I'll dig the gullet out once, then I'll go back doing this. You'll lose your hook a lot of times. And another thing that I don't hear it talked about very much is with a chain, and here, just for those that don't know this, I'm going to say it, that way it's on video and maybe it helps somebody. Some people are curious why their chains don't cut. Okay, so you have your chain here. You see these here? These are guides. There's your tooth. There's your guide. If you don't knock this down after sharpening this, This thing hits, it never hits your tooth. It skips right over it. These things only allow the tooth to take so much. So after sharpening your chain, you have to take these down. If you look at the H tooth, they go back in an angle. They get shorter and shorter. So as you lose tooth, you have to go ahead and knock the guides down. So a lot of people that, they'll say, well, the tooth is sharp. I don't understand, it won't cut. Well, look at your guides and see if they are shiny. If they're shiny at all, that means they're hitting way too much. And you're not, it's doing all the work and it's skipping the tooth. So what's neat about this thing is it's got a flat file built into it. It shows you the angle to work it at, and then also it files it and flat files it all in one. So yeah, Turbo, I especially when I get with this saw, I bought one mainly because with my big saws. Actually, I didn't buy this. My brother got it for me for Christmas. I'm lying already. So he got it for me, and it's for the big saws. There's a couple different sizes of these, which I didn't realize. I thought you could go and put any file into it, but you can't. This is for the bigger saws. They make one for the smaller one. This is the 3/8 5.2 millimeter. So I really enjoy it. But like I said, you have to knock the gullet out every once in a while after using it a few times. Southeastern Idaho. Right on, Chris. Remember when Eagle Knievel... Really? That's awesome. I wish I could have watched Evel Knievel do a stunt. That would have been sweet. And upstate in Rochester, Sticks area. Oh, right on. Up in Rochester, though, huh? Some nice land up there. Yeah, you don't see things like... I wish we still had stuff like that, like stuntmen that would put on shows and shit like that, that travel in circuses and stuff. I love that kind of stuff. And you know what? I was on Facebook, which I never am on Facebook, but I got on there, and I got to looking on one of one of the posts that was in a tree group, and it was asking if there's any YouTube channels out there that are good tree channels. So I get to looking, and it's so funny. I like to pride myself as being a nice guy, a good guy. I give you the shirt off my back once, maybe twice, until you burn me twice. Then I don't want nothing to do with you. But apparently, I'm not liked by a handful. Apparently, I'm really, really mean. I'm very uneducated when it comes to tree care, and I'm dangerous. So, I don't know. I found it funny. There were some people that suggested me, which that's cool, but the part where it became a discussion of, well, I don't like that guy. That was the more entertaining part for me to read. I kind of got a kick out of it. So. Right on, I pronounced it right, Jason. Cool. That's a first. Hitch climber and rope wrench or rope runner pro? Hitch climber, rope wrench. I love that setup. Actually, Joseph, right now I'm actually on the zigzag and the wrench. That's what I use today. But I do like to switch. Okay, here's something that I have never really talked about either. Okay, the device together. Let's say you have the zigzag and the wrench. You're about this big as far as device. So when you're anchored onto a single stem and you're trying to work that stem down, you go to wrap your rope around, put it on, you have all this gap right here that you can't get really super snug and real tight as you can. I switch to the gree when I'm doing spar work because it's this big of a device, which gets me this much closer to my termination spot where I anchor. So it gets me up more to the point where I want to cut instead of down a little further where you're in a uncomfortable position before it actually holds right. So it's maybe a little tip for somebody. Maybe that helps somebody. I also went and bought a sweet 462 saw from my local dealer, steel dealer, 700 with 8 hours. Oh, that is so awesome, Joseph. I bet you'll love that saw, dude. That is sweet. Yes, I'm in. I am the guy that own it. Really? Oh, I'm in tight with the guys. See, I can barely freaking see. My eyes squint so bad. Um, I thought you said you're in a fight with them. I'm like, oh, get your saw back first. Um, I'm looking. They want 1,200. Yeah, yeah, they do. That's what I'm trying to decide whether I get the 500i or maybe the 400i that I'm seeing stuff about. Oh, DQ, you did it, didn't you? You son of a gun. Hey, thank you so much for the super chat, man. I really appreciate that stuff. You guys don't ever have to do anything like that. That's not why I get on here. I kind of, you guys may not realize it, but you help me too. Sometimes I need a little bit of time to get away and just go shoot the shit and, you know, talk to like-minded people about things that aren't serious life things, just things about, you know, well, how was your day? You know, how was this? What do you think about this? I love this kind of stuff. So, I'm a pretty private person. I don't really hang out with anybody. I, my wife's probably my best friend. I do a lot with her, or I edit videos for you guys. So, I'm not a people person, but I really enjoy being able to hang with you guys and stuff and do this. So. I have to wait till June for my saw. The local saw shop don't get many. Oh, right on, Chris. Hey, at least you're in there. You'll get it now. No? Yeah, I flat file them. Yeah, turbo. It's just, I think it's something you almost have to do with this thing. Hey, DQ, thank you again for that super chat, man. Yeah. Was just wondering if that's all you do. Yep. Yeah. Um, this saw, my 036 and my 660. I use, you know, that. And then all my other saws I hand file with a flat file and do it that way. So, well, we have 22 people here. That's not, my live feeds don't get big numbers. That's a kind of a, oh God, two of them ran off. No, and another one ran off. It is what it is. Yeah, I don't get a lot of big numbers. Maybe I'll start doing Monday live feeds in the evening. You guys are awesome today. And I apologize for this morning that one all crappy with that live feed. Anyone get the free hitch climber kit with $400 purchase? No, but I've seen that and I thought about it. Is it funny stuff out there? Yeah, I gotta look in on that stuff every once in a while just to get a kick out of people. Like, apparently there's a tree gang sign, and some kid made a post, and he's like, I don't understand why people, I've never seen it, so if this is something, it's, I'm out of the loop, I'm too old. But they're doing the shocker, you know, two in the pink, one in the stink. That's, that's what this kid said. He's like, how did two in the pink, one in the stink turn into a tree gang sign? And he did the hand thing, and everybody else was commenting, being all serious. So, you know, of course, I got to be the troll that slides on there and tells him I can smell his pinky through the phone. But yeah, that's I use I use Facebook that way as a, I'll be that guy that gets on your post while everybody else is dogging you and likes you, and maybe gets in a bickerment with other people for you. I just don't like it. The bully mentality that's on Facebook is it's just not my style. Yeah, I know, and I feel like Squirrely John. Yeah, I feel like every one of them that says it is the ground guy, and I'm gonna get Dave on one of these live feeds, and I'm gonna have him answer like, "Hey, Dave, do you deserve everything I do to you and more?" Like, you guys have no idea. I edit the videos to make Dave look good. I don't want to ever make Dave look bad. He's a buddy, so he has days where he is just one of the best. Then he'll have another day that just he forgot his brain at home. I don't know. Everybody has bad days, but I like Dave. Dave understands me, and we can get through pretty much anything. And he's, I don't know, he's been through a lot with me. I'm not sure I care much for most people's opinion on the internet. Yeah, me either, Chris. You can't, you can't put any stock into it because they want to kill your motivation. There's, you know, okay, this guy, I'm gonna go ahead and put him on blast right now since he decided to do it. Um, you if you have a page or something like that, or you see another climber, there's no reason to just get into an argument or go tell them they're stupid or something. I did get the free hitch climber set up. Oh, sweet, Jason, that is awesome. Hey, buddy, what are you doing? Guns out, no doubt. I'm doing all right. Yes, I have it. Am I supposed to be only two? Some people just who was that? Francisco's here. Me too, Jason. Down every day live feeds right on. Gotta go. Man, look. Oh, see you, Scoot. Okay, honestly, the community I've been involved in, bookability, I haven't had hardly any issues with anyone. Facebook, on the other hand, yeah, Billy has moderators that you don't have to deal with that kind of stuff, and it's pretty cool. But okay, so I'm gonna tell you guys this story, and hey, seriously, I want to apologize to anybody who's left a comment, and I haven't had a chance to comment back. It's getting overwhelming. Um, it's not like I have a bunch more subscribers than I had, but the interactions and being able, like, I pride myself on commenting on every comment. I just don't know if I can do it anymore. I'm gonna really try, but I've gotten really really far behind. So, all right, so I feel like should I say his name or not? Yeah, I'm going to. Professional Tree Climbers, PTC, left a comment. You won't find this comment no more because after I found his page and who he went back and took his comment away and deleted it. But I have a screenshot. So if you ever feel the need to go ahead and make the rude comment, realize you don't just get to erase it. I usually screenshot all them because I kind of like to bicker back if you want to do that kind of thing. But I'll do it on my time when I'm ready. So his comment, he watched the double whip rigging video, called me ignorant, all kinds of stuff about how stupid, uneducated I am, and that's the reason I use this. Um, I should have natural crotch rigged it, and he could teach me a lot of stuff. So I told him, I was like, oh, well, you just kind of come off rude there. I don't doubt that maybe you could teach me some stuff, and you may be really good. But if you come off rude from the get-go, you're really only starting an argument. You're not starting a conversation. It's straight into an argument. So, professional tree climber. I'm like, okay, well, I can remember that. I get out of my studios. I go onto YouTube. I find him. I click on it. Now, when you point your finger at somebody, You got all the rest of them pointing back at you. Realize, unless you are doing everything to a T right, don't go talking crap about the other guy. There's no sense in it. Everybody starts somewhere, okay? So I'm not gonna dog anybody for maybe not wearing your hard hat or not having equipment or doing, you know, but you can't call me ignorant and that I have no knowledge because I'm using an advanced technique that you seen on YouTube and you watched the video and then it was so confusing to you that you called it dumb. No, I use opportunities like that sometimes where you'll maybe question, why did I use that technique? I prefer to master a technique in times where the stress isn't insane as opposed to need that technique in a life or death situation where you're about to smash something and now you've got to try this technique for the first time that you have no faith in, you have no knowledge, no experience. No, I'm going to learn those when I have the opportunity. I took a job that could have been straight rigging, and I decided to use the double whip technique because maybe I'm using a couple spars or I want to lessen the impact on the rope. Let's say I only got one rigging rope, it's got a neck in it, and I'm worried about causing too much stress. So that's who knows why you would need it. But I'd rather have it and not need it opposed to need it and not have it. So you got to have something better that you can do with your life other than try to belittle somebody else. You if you could do it, like maybe back when you were 30 and you were real good, maybe you were awesome, but you can't relive your glory days rolling through Facebook or rolling through, sitting on YouTube trying to trash on somebody else to make yourself feel better. I I don't know. I don't use this for that kind of thing. I don't go around doing that, and I don't understand when people do that. So I'm not a fan. And I think maybe Mr. PTC decided that he wasn't going to be part of the channel no more and ran off and took his comment back. And all it took was for me to get on some of his amazing. Actually, to tell you the truth, younger guy that's in the tree who seems to be pretty decent at at uh, at cutting. The guy running the rope seems to be pretty at rigging. But if the only thing you can do is natural crotch rig, you're going to be very limited because not every tree is perfect with a perfect crotch up there. It's going to give you the exact location that you need to lower. When you got a wide open yard, use natural crotch, don't matter where it goes. But let's say you got a little bitty drop zone. Your forks are out here, out here, out here, out here. Well, if you span rate, you get that right location. I'm the guy that's going to have a billion tools that he doesn't use, but you're never going to catch me where I need to know a technique and I can't do it. I have no knowledge with it. I'll I'll figure it out beforehand. I'm having trouble reading this. Honestly, the community. Okay, yeah, nice stuff. I get along with the other tree people in my area. I try to. I try to as much as possible. For some reason, a lot of the guys are very, very old school, and so they don't like me, and they don't like the fact that I do things different. And I don't want anybody to, you know, not work. There's so many trees out here. I don't need to argue with another guy over a tree job, stuff like that. So I don't know. I wish I could get along with everybody, but they just don't want to. All negative. Yep. Turbo T. Yes. Exactly. Yes. No need for rude. Yep, that's right. I'm not done. Now, least confident are the loudest. Yes. Beware of the quiet man. Exactly. Hey, sorry about the live feed this morning, man. Most everyone is positive, but there's always going to be the haters. Yeah, yeah. I don't think you can do anything um, productive or good anymore as far as the internet without getting a little. Especially if you're doing any good, you have to take some hate with it. Um, I used to block people and used to let them get to me. And I feel for anybody that has to go through that when they put videos out because I know how bad it, and I can admit it now, but at the time I never would have admitted it. But some of these guys that I looked up to, when they were rude and, belittle, they did more to crush my ego and my confidence than they ever did to help. So I know how I got treated when I got into this, doing this, and by all the people when it come to making videos and stuff. And so I try to remember that, and maybe set a different example, because I know that a simple comment like that can really affect somebody. Um, it's just your choice if you want to affect them negatively or in a positive way. So you can really boost someone's self-esteem and help them do great things or become great. And that's up to you. You can be a jerk or dick too. That's all. That's all preference. Hey Chris, where's the top? Get the Oh, what up, Steven? Yeah, I try. I try, Turbo. I try. Oh, Brent's here. Who's that? Al S. Sound like me bringing all you. What is it? Yeah, yeah, Al. I agree. I mean, I'm the guy that's way over prepared. Um, I can fixate, and like my wife even knows, like the night before a real crazy job, I'm very very shut off. I'm very kind of off on my own, in my own world. I'm playing it out in my head. I've even got to the point of etching pictures and planning things out. Today, that job could have turned into multiple days, but with a very good game plan, we damn near finished it in one. And we didn't start until like noon. So a good game plan can go a long ways in this world, and I feel like I used a lot of, when it comes, I look at every scenario and I play all the bad things out in my head before I make a set decision. I do that same thing in life. I will think about what I'm about to type, and then I'll think about that being said to me, and then I'll think about, let's say he's in a bad mood, how could he take that? Or, I'll reread my comment, and does it come off like a jerk? You know, a little different wording, I can change it. I don't know. I use a lot from the tree world, and I've transferred it over into my everyday life, and I realize that life's too short. I don't have time to give up to people that don't want it. So, never use the ones you're not for rigging. They are they're impossible to get out. Some old school guy had me. Sky Windsor not rigging once. Never again. Oh, really? Yeah, I like to use, and I don't know if you guys all caught that, but they're, um, in the last video, I, I, I think I may have the second part done for you guys. I may upload that when I get off here. Put on a new video for you. But, shit, forgot what I was saying. What was the comment? I think I was going off of a comment. Oh yeah, I like to use the strap, and then because I use rings, I prefer to have a knot in the end of my rope anyway, so that it can't go out of the rigging system when they're pulling the rope up. So I use that circus knot, and it's just insanely easy to undo. So do you call it a pliers knot? Yeah, you definitely just call that knot the vice grips because that's what it feels like somebody put it on with. Big old set of channel locks. In the video, I thought I kept missing the top of the pine coming off, and so I kept backing the video up to see it come off. Are you talking to me, Jared, or Chris? Oh, I'll have to check that video out then. You're talking to Chris. Troy Wilson. I said my DRT. Let's see. Let's see what he says. In the tree today on a pulley with a single rope anchored to the base. Why did I not do that? Yeah. Isn't that awesome? Where you can, if you want to run off of a pulley, then it's too hard to, you got to set your rope up on a spot, and then to try to set all that stuff from the ground, it's far easier to use, another rope, anchor it up to the top, let it come all the way down, put your pulley on it, put your double line through it, lift it back up. That same technique there, Troy, you can use to rig stuff without climbing up there and putting your rigging points in. You can use that same system to give you a rigging point way up in a tree exactly where you want it. So remember that, and transfer that same technique into your rigging on occasions, and it can really help you. So, and now that you understand the concept and how that all works, I bet you probably would have put that together on your own. I have a marlin spike Chris. It fixes it, not no problem. Oh no, it's my pleasure, Al. I like doing the videos. If I leave something behind, yep, that's the one piece that you end up needing. I swear, if it sounds like we are very, very alike in that, Jason. LS couldn't have summed it up better myself. I am sure we all feel the same way. Thank you. How'd the monster oak go here? Or there, Jason? Pro tip on the rigging. Mind blown. Yeah, yeah, no, your mind's not blown. You would have put that together. It's just there's a little bit of help. Wow, there's something going on with my phone where it's like, wow, it is messed up. The picture I'm getting back. Hopefully they're not trying to call me. Guys, I gotta finish this up, and like I said, I'll try to do my best to upload that video tonight for you guys. Maybe in the morning you'll have a new video to watch. So if I have everything, if everything works the way I want it to, I will upload you guys a new video tonight. Um, you changed color. Yeah, I know. That turned green or something. This is wild. I don't know what's going on. I did drop my phone out of the tree today onto the deck. It's probably messed up. Finally got it finished, and now I'm trying to get the rest of the videos up. Right on, Jason. I'll have to check those out. Look tie-dyed. I'm back. Yeah, it's all messed up, isn't it? The acid trip too. Well, right on. All right, guys. Hey, thank you for your time. Thanks for hanging out. I want to tell DQ, thank you again for the super chat. I really appreciate that. Al, Troy, Jared, Jason, Turbo, Chris, Steven. I'm missing some. Guys, thank you. I really appreciate you guys hanging out. If I missed your name, I really apologize. But thanks for giving me your time. You guys stay safe, and I'll catch you guys real soon. See ya.